And welcome back, folks. It is more Mac League action on your screen. The Washington Rebellion up against the San Francisco Cyborg, and a coastal matchup, but a heartfelt matchup because apparently Washington Rebellion mainstay pass going to be his last game of the season, and the season's so young.
It's definitely a fun game. There's some familiar faces in here, Giraffe Girl and Pass, and I've had the pleasure of meeting some of the San Francisco people myself, being on San Francisco. And if Arc Ball is as good at beating me in golf with your friends, and then if he's able to translate that into Rocket League, this could be a pretty fun matchup.
Well, let me tell you what. If golf with your friends translates to Rocket League skill, that game over for everybody. I need to unretire and start playing again because that is my game. Let me tell you, the roster's fairly well known guys on both sides. Arc B-Ball for San Francisco, along with Clid and Father Time, all mainstays of United Rogue for the Washington Rebellion. Gengar, Pass, and Giraffe Girl, also mainstays of United Rogue, and folks who have been playing together for a decent amount of time as well. So I'm interested to see who wins this one, as it should be an amazing matchup. Everybody starting to slot in game number one. The Rebellion, the Cyborgs. Looking forward to a great match as and everybody slowly starting to slot in. Maybe not. Am I missing somebody? Interesting.
I'm pretty sure we have a full lobby. Okay, there they go. I was gonna say we have a full lobby.
I think they were trying to stall me out right there. You can file that one under Go Figure. We start game number one. We are underway. Gengar, the Merkmain, by the way, one of my favorite vehicles. He will be my man to look out for. And then on the opposite side, you are going to be watching the combination of Arc B-Ball and Father Time. These guys have played together a little bit. Of course, Clid, no slouch himself as well. Really, both these teams are sending really good lineups.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Pass has carried me plenty enough in ranked, so I'm not sure who's gonna win, honestly.
I'm definitely looking forward to some good Rocket League as Pass. We'll take a pass at the ball. Clid will jump on possession. Long ball. Arc will put that one in. This is an excellent pass from Clid in the corner.
I think we had an unfortunate read here for Washington in the corner. The ball just kind of bounced out. I think Gengar might have thought it was going to roll around, and the last defender couldn't get back to save that ball.
Here's pass off of the kickoff. Going to maintain possession. Gets it towards the mid. 50-50 win for Clid on the goal line. Quite the goal line stand. Here's a lofter. Father Time gets up in time. Yeah, lofter again. Gengar just puts it wide. And Washington taking their time. They will really try to be meticulous about the passes that they are getting within the box. And no shots just yet, despite all of that ball possession.
There's definitely been some open spaces for both teams, but it doesn't seem like either team has been able to capitalize on those open spaces. The ball just gets a little bit too far away from them, and then the other team's there to take possession.
Oh, and here's a little bit of a misplay. Clid will push it towards the net, and this one all starts on a mistake.
Yeah, bit of a double commit there from Pass and Gengar. I don't think they knew who was going to be able to get that clear out, but the ball bounces off the back wall and back in, and Pass and Giraffe weren't able to get the save.
Now off the kickoff, Clid looking to follow his own touch. Might have this one. He does. He will extend the lead to 3.
quick kickoff goal here. Ball rolls perfectly back to Clid, and then yeah, he gets that just nice upper 90 double touch into the net. Now they have a 3-goal lead with 3 minutes to go. Let's see what Washington can do to come back.
It's going to start with a little bit better possession here as they are clearing this ball long, and the moment San Francisco gets their cyborg hands on it, they have been able to consistently maintain the press. It hasn't happened as often as they would like. Yeah, they would like to be really routing this Washington team. They just haven't been able to do it just yet. Gengar past another double commit. Here's a chance. B-Ball not able to get the touch on. Clid looks to continue it. Father Time manages to get another touch. It'll be Clid. Shot towards the net. Big save by Giraffe. We'll push it away and get the follow-up. Might be able to follow this all the way into the box. Pass looking for the long ball. It'll be a 50-50 clear that Gengar will barely keep out.
I'm looking to see Gengar and Pass, and it seems like those two seem to be double committing enough that it's an issue at this point. But if they can clean that up, I think they might be able to generate some good plays. They just got to keep themselves close together, but not so close that, like I said, those double commits are happening.
Good demo by Pass here. Arc ball. We'll slowly play this one. Clid will get the long clear away. Pass taking his time. Will try to get this past Father Time, and he's unable to do so. Really good 1-2 is San Francisco peppering the corner with possession right now, and the longer that they are able to keep that offensive presence, the less Washington is going to have a chance to respond.
Washington, they're keeping the ball in the San Francisco half, but it seems like the shots that they're trying to put on just aren't very threatening. Although San Francisco only has one save, they've been doing a really good job at saving any attempted shots before they turn into shots.
Yeah, they're getting to the challenges very early. And for Washington, they need to develop their ideas offensively a little quicker. Otherwise, you're just going to see more of the same. And this is going to be even more opportunity for San Francisco to offensively push on. Clid with a chance, but Gengar gets up in time, gets it to the corner. It's out of harm's way for now, but only for a moment. It's just careening in the box for Father Time, who will put it just wide. It'll be played away now. Good play by Clid to keep this up in the box, and time still wasting for the Rebellion.
The big clear, I don't know. They need some of these big clears, but at the same time, I think if Washington is able to slow down their play a little bit, at least at the midfield, they'll have a lot better pressure when they get into the San Francisco half. But it's just not clicking right now, and I think it could still be that first game, first stream sort of emotion, but San Francisco is going to come away with a clean win, no goals scored on them.
And that was, I like the connection that we saw at the very tail end of that game, as we saw a shot that just went top post. Gengar missing out on the follow on that. I mean, for Washington, 2 shots, not even enough shots to really amount to the goals put on by San Francisco. And while the 2 shots seems like a daunting thing to overcome, they were able to maintain an offensive pressure. There just was not any kill pressure behind some of what they were doing. Whereas every time San Francisco was able to get the follow on a ball, it was headed towards the net.
Some of the Washington plays where they were in the San Francisco half, it seemed telegraphed at times. Coming from the corner, forcing a pass. They need to be a little more creative with where they're taking the ball, because it's not fooling San Francisco right now. Like I said, they only had that one save that they had to make, and then whatever Washington's other shot was, it had to have been wide and not a threat for San Francisco.
Well, we'll see if Washington able to make adjustments here. And I like the terminology you used. I'm hoping that they are able to get a little bit more relevancy on their ball. However, for San Francisco, I tell you what, they made the most of their chances, both in the shots category and in the time that they were able to put it in. Speaking of time, Father Time.
It's a really nice play from Father Time. Pass. I think he thought the ball was going to go up. Father Time puts it down, and that puts Pass at a very awkward spot. And he ends up putting the ball into the near post, and the last defender didn't even have a chance to get on it.
Now, high lofter, pass, push in, immediately brought back by Father Time. See this into the corner. Gengar able to get the 50-50 win here. Giraffe looks to continue it, but again, we're seeing San Francisco jumping on the challenge. See a double jump there as everybody heading towards the net. A bump will open that one up for Gengar. What an enabling.
Really good play here. Gengar got a nice friendly bounce from the corner, and then Pass. It almost looked like he redirected it, but I guess I don't really know what happened. It kind of looked like it froze there for a second, and then San Francisco couldn't get the ball clear, and it ends up going in off of their car.
Here's a push. Clid. Father Time with a chance to follow. No. B-ball looking to continue the press. It'll be pushed to the corner. Now a lofter back into the other corner it goes. This is going to be a set pass. Manages to get the touch, but B-ball is there to follow it up. San Francisco unrelenting in their offensive pressure now as they are really keeping the siege on the Rebellion front line.
Yeah, Washington got really spread out just now. I noticed they were all along the walls, and they had to chase down the ball, and it ends up getting banged right back into their half. And now they're on the defensive again.
Pass looks to get a quick poke, but it's immediately jumped on by Clid. Clid, ball towards the center. B-ball able to put it up. It'll be just off the bar and out. Father Time, the continuation. But this will be a long clear down the field. Can Gengar get a follow on it? High lofter pass shot. No, Arc B-ball gets up in time. He will keep this ball out for now. Quick transition back the other way. Clint goes for the bump, but Gengar manages to maintain himself, keeps the ball out for now. Giraffe, the quick sweep across as they are continuing to push, and somehow they get the clear away.
Nerves of steel from Gengar back there, the 2v1. He just hit the brakes and let the demo attempt go right past him, and he gets the clear out.
Oh, Clid in the mid. The moment he sees an opportunity, he jumps on it. Good maintaining of pressure by Father Time. Gengar loses the ball, and Clid sees a floater in the box. He's going to put that on net many, many times, a large majority so. Now, San Francisco up by 1 with a majority of the shots. It might be more of the same from game number 1 that we see in Washington. While they look a little bit better, they are going to have to make some serious adjustments.
And I think some of those adjustments might have to come on the defensive end, because some of these touches that they go for seem rushed and panicked. Like that last touch that Gengar got before the goal, it kind of just bounced straight up the back wall and went back center for San Francisco.
It's the misses I like to see corralled at this point, my friend, and it just feels like anytime that they have a chance to put some sort of press in the offensive zone on, they have a missed touch, and we see it in the defensive zone as well as B-ball able to put this in.
That was another awkward defensive play too. Like the ball goes back off of a missed touch to the backboard, bounces into Giraffe's car, and then there's nobody left to defend the net at that point, and San Francisco goes up 3 goals again.
Now Arc B-ball off the kickoff pass, able to keep this out for now. Giraffe will get the 50-50 and a save for her effort there. Push on. Pass, looks to corral it. Will push it into the corner, but loses possession there. Played out by Father Time. It's a 2v1. Clid not able to get by Giraffe Girl. And now a chance for a counterattack. Gengar the back pass, but nobody home. They need to have better follow-up on some of these touches. Otherwise, we're just going to continue to see more of the same.
Yeah, some of the passes that they're trying to do on the Washington half, uh, they're it almost seems like the passes are coming out too fast for them to be able to follow up, and then they end up having to chase down the ball. Uh, and it's leaving them in poor spots where San Francisco can counterattack them.
Pass on the counterattack, able to catch San Francisco out, and mercy. It just feels like they're able to capitalize if there's a mistouch. However, it's not an opportunity that's coming very often for the Rebellion.
You certainly can't rely on the other team to make mistakes. You need to make your opportunities yourself, and San Francisco's been doing a better job of that so far. But they better continue to make Washington make mistakes. Otherwise, Washington's going to come right back into this game.
Another awkward back touch. It's jumped on by Father Time, and it's Arc B-Ball who puts this one in.
Yeah, it's a kind of a little bit of a mess there. We had four or five people there. Nobody was able to get on the ball for Washington, and San Francisco just chips the ball in, and now they're up 2 goals with about 50 seconds left.
It reminded me of a night race in Bristol, Tennessee, my friend. Just everybody all clustered together, smacking bodies, losing paint. No demos for their effort, but a goal, and this is going to be another continuation arc. He's going off. That's a Hattie.
Very difficult read here. The ball goes up into that edge right above the goal, and it drops straight down. That leaves pass in a terrible spot, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a 50 clear out of that.
34 seconds left. The Rebellion needing a miracle. I'd make a Custer's last stand joke. However, that was a different kind of rebellion. Here is pass. Looking to push this ball. However, it is back the other way. Arc flick up and over. It's going to be played in the box. Father Time, the great follow.
More Washington defensive miscues. I'd like to see them try to communicate with each other, get themselves nice and calm going into this next game, because if they can't get these defensive miscues figured out, they're in a bad spot for the rest of this series.
Bad spot indeed. This will be a ball center. Gengar with the shot, but it's another predictable one. Oh no! Gengar with the save on the shot bypass. And that is a huge feels bad, man. But it basically personifies what has happened for the Rebellion throughout too.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. I know the goal wouldn't have changed anything, but it would have been a nice little bit of momentum going into game 3. I don't know, but it's part of that, like, slowing down, just calming down. You don't need to rush for everything. You don't need to rush necessarily to get out of that net there. But still, I'd say what I'm seeing, it's the Washington defense that's mainly the issue. If they can shore that up, I think they're going to make San Francisco a lot more flustered, and they'll end up catching them out. They'll find a clear somewhere, and San Francisco is just going to be a little overcommitted, and Washington's going to get more goals.
For me, I think the key of the game so far has been hesitation. And for Washington, you're seeing a connection between these players. They're able to find each other. It's just they're hesitating when the ball is passed. And some of the touches, they've been a little bit awkward. Yeah, I would hesitate too. But you can't have the hesitation, because the moment you hesitate, a team like San Francisco that knows what it's doing, knows how to find each other, they're going to convert consistently. And in this hesitation, we've seen them miss a couple of sure shots. That last little volley for Washington was the first time that we really legitimately saw them connect on all the passes, and it ended up being a save by Gengar on on an offensive line. It wasn't needed, and it feels bad, man. I know it was the end of the game, but it could have been a huge solace and a little bit of momentum coming into game number 3.
Yeah. I'm still seeing a little, looks more like more miscommunication. Lots of double commits. People are running into each other on the Washington team, and they may be able to find an opening here, but Now it's still just they're chasing down the ball, and they're not getting any good plays out of it.
I will say this match point usually brings out the best in any team. However, it can also bring out the worst in your team very easily if mistakes do happen. For Washington, if they're able to convert, they might be able to do some magic. However, it's Clid in the mid again. He is performing magic.
Yeah, the ball didn't get cleared. Giraffe got bullied off of the wall. Gengar couldn't get the clear off of the backboard because a San Francisco player was coming in, and Clid slots the ball in before Pass can get back in the net.
And in that case, it wasn't even necessarily hesitation. It was just pure speed. San Francisco was there to challenge the ball consistently. And they are doing such a good job of not allowing Washington to breathe at this point. I mean, Washington able to get some shots back the other way. We'll see if Gengar's able to control this. Up and over one. Giraffe will commit hard, and sadly, they will lose out on an opportunity. Good continuation, though, by Gengar. Will maintain the pressure for Washington.
Yeah, a lot of these shots that I'm seeing from Washington, it just kind of feels like I don't know if you know the insurance commercial where the fisherman's got the dollar hanging over the person in the store, and then he yanks the dollar away. You got to be quicker than that. You got to put that ball on net, and there we go. That's what I'm talking about. You got to make sure you're getting these shots right where they need to be.
Giraffe everywhere she needed to be right there, and it was a great assist by Pass. He will not get it on the scoreboard. However, he does hold a spot in my heart with an amazing demolition assist on the goal line. Good job clearing that one out for Giraffe on the long ball. Now off the kickoff, here is Clid looking to follow this. It'll be a ball down. Pass with the clear away. Father time. Push towards the mid. Giraffe might win this one. No, it'll be played away by Arc, but Gengar, 1 in the box, 2, but it'll be played away by Father Time. It's a quick 1-2, and Pass not able to get there in time. Clid in the mid.
I think there might have been a lack of boost, a lack of speed, and Clid comes in, gets that touch right off the corner of his car. Pass isn't able to catch up to it. And now Washington's finding themselves in a deficit yet again.
I believe San Francisco has found itself a hashtag, ladies and gents, and that is Clid in the mid. He just seems to be continually there, being a hindrance and then converting on extra touches. Here is an extra touch that will be missed out by Arc. Arc very close to being able to put that one away. Halftime is passed. A little bit of an interesting touch out of Gengar will bring this ball into the corner. Arc sees it past one. Giraffe, the 50-50 loss. Father Time, 1-2. No! Arc will just put it wide, but there was potential there to really put some press on the Rebellion.
You know, I've seen it work a couple of times here already since the last goal. When Washington slows down and really thinks about how they're going to get this ball around the person that's right in front of them, they seem to be in a lot better position than some of these touches, like where they're just trying to bang it and get it right in front of the net, but nobody is ever there for them to capitalize on those.
They definitely need to make the adjustment and capitalize. There is only 95 seconds left here in game number 3. What could be a decisive game number 3 if San Francisco able to hold suit here. Long ball. Gengar up on the backboard. This is some good defense. He'll clear the ball away out of danger. But again, everybody just committing here, and it's a continued daunting presence out of the Cyborgs that's not allowing Washington out of its own zone. And they're possessing the ball continuously. They're not allowing the Rebellion to find each other. You're going to need a better breakout at this point. If you're Washington, might come here in the form of a fast break back the other way. However, no follow-up on the pass touch. Giraffe up and over one. Again, no follow-up. This will be a high lofter. Gengar looking for the touch. Might get the double. No. Clid will push it to the side. And another team bump. Giraffe not able to follow up.
That's unfortunate. I keep watching the shots that Washington's taking. It looks like they're just getting too much power on some of them. They're going. I've noticed a trend. It just keeps hitting that crossbar or backboard right that same area, and like they could have goals on some of those shots if they just put them lower. That was the perfect shot from pass.
And I think for Washington, you found where you want to be. If you can keep the ball in that offensive quarter and get those high lofted touches, you're swarming enough that you're able to create your own offense. However, it's been a tough job getting there. So we are deuces wild, 13 seconds left. Chance, Gengar, not able to get there in time, but he pushed away. Giraffe in the mid, pushes to Gengar. Looks to loft the ball up. Clid is there. He will push that down. We go to overtime, game number 3.
This is for all the marbles for San Francisco. They could close this out in a sweep, but I'd like to see an extended series here. I want to see Washington figure out how to get a win.
I'm going to have to continue to figure out how to maintain that offensive pressure that we saw at the tail end of this game. Gengar with the high lofter, jumped on by Father Time. A little bit of a back touch. This might fall in the box. A big save bypass will keep this game alive. However, they're in a desperate spot. Gengar with the long clear. It'll be retreat for San Francisco. And a miss here opens up another opportunity for San Francisco to strike.
It's a lot of patience from both teams right now. The ball's going really slow. It's almost a change of pace from what we've been seeing the rest of this series.
Here comes Father Time. This will be a high ball. Clid will be up. He's going to miss it. Chance coming back the other way. It's a 3v1. Long ball, Gengar. 50-50 is a win for Arc because it stayed out of the net. That was the golden opportunity that Washington need. Arc, double commit forced back the other way. Gengar will take a shot, but he will not get enough contact. It's a continued ball, lofted in the box. Gengar keeps it up, and this is going to get into the quarter. This is where they want it if you're Washington. Can they get any follow-up on this possession, though, is the question mark, and it'll be cleared away finally by Father Time.
Washington's doing a really good job right now in overtime as they get the ball into the San Francisco box. They've been pulling a lot of double commits out of San Francisco. They might be able to get a goal off of that.
However, they need the touch at critical times. Here's a long ball. Past Father Time. Last man back, able to keep the ball out. Father Time, the quick jump. 2v1 back the other way. Pass. Has his work cut out for him. It'll be a short ball, lofted high by Arc. And they will choose not to play on. Good middling defense by Clid. Father Time with the play. Now Clid. Back the other way. It'll be a long clear. Pass will look to receive it. Takes control. Gets the ball out of the corner. Past one. However, Clid in the mid once again. Looks to touch it up. Arc. Ball, and it is just wide. Good 1-2, but they will miss out on another offensive chance.
San Francisco did a really good job at pulling Washington out, and they were getting some really good follow-ups on their touches, but they didn't get the shot on. Unfortunately, it went just wide. Oh, man. Washington's caught out right now.
They are. Giraffe somehow gets the save on that one. Gengar will look to see this ball out. And it seems like Washington's, they're finding themselves on their defensive rotation, but it might be too little too late because they still haven't been able to get as much offensive pressure as they would like. Long ball by Gengar. He looks to clear this away. Not enough control as it'll be played back in by Clid. Towards the backboard. Pass will push away. Arc maintaining the press in the corner. Just a little bit of ping pong back and forth. Father Time breaking out of the mid. It'll be towards the box, and Father Time will put it away.
Some awkward defensive rotations from Washington here. Unfortunately, Pass found himself in an awkward spot, kind of facing backwards. The ball rolled right over the top of him, and Father Time, all he had to do was follow the ball, and they got the goal and they got the win.
That's an oof on the roof for Washington. It's not the way You want to go out if you're past, but I tell you what, it was a valiant effort from the man. He put some good defense on, and it just seemed like it was not enough of the team play. They just looked like they got a little bit outpaced by the Cyborg, who they were undaunted. They were undaunted by anything that Washington wanted to do. And even when Washington in the last game there found themselves, they were still able to put continued pressure on. And it was a miss here, a miss there. However, they maintained themselves the entire time. So credit to San Francisco. It was a hard-earned sweep, but it was a sweep nonetheless.
Yeah. And honestly, I think Washington will be fine during the season if they're able to direct their touches a little better than they were doing this series. They can't just rely on those mistakes from San Francisco, even if it did keep them close in a couple of the games.
Well, folks, sadly, our time here has come to an end. And it has been a wonderful night of Macaroni League action. Do, however, be back tomorrow for the Noodle Cup series, folks. It's Noodle Cup Saturday, and it will start at 8 p.m. Eastern. Folks, for all of our casters tonight, we had, of course, Shaq. I am Kendo Slice. We also had two amazing broadcasters today, Kryptonic and Other Ninja. Our casters from earlier, Rainstorms and Wolf Alone. Thank you to everyone who was involved in the broadcast tonight. Be back here. Same bat time, same bat channel. 8 p.m. Eastern for the Noodle Cup series on United Rogue. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Stay tuned for the raid.